Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Jenny, and today we're going to continue the Dollhouse series. We're going to actually start the painting. I'm really excited about this, to be honest. My daughter did pick out the colors. I did help her a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I needed to, so I stepped in and I helped her choose a good color combination just to make sure that we had a color for the shutters and the trim and the windows and the porch, and the actual base of the house had a nice color. So let me show you the colors that we decided on together. These are the color swatches. She wanted the base of the house to be pink. She chose originally it was like a hot pink, and I was like, baby, no, we're not doing that. I know she wanted pink, but I pushed her to the section where I was like, if you want pink for the base of the house, let's do a more mild pink so that it's not so harsh on our eyeballs. So we decided on this one. It's called Wild Geranium, and if you want the code, I guess, I don't know if you want this color or something, it is M130-3. We went to Home Depot, so it's the bear. We got all of them in semi-gloss, and they're latex, I believe. I want to say that they're latex. We got the ones that the instructions on the Dollhouse instruction kit thing, we got the type of paint that they recommended, and you can kind of see here it has a little bit of a sheen to it. It's very nice, very pretty. We got 1 quart of paint. This is I think the most paint that we're going to be utilizing. And then the next color that we decided on, this is going to be for the trim, and it is called Spun Wool. The code is N220-1, also from Bear Paint at Home Depot. There's the name if you want it. And we got this tiny little baby. It's so cute. All right, I don't know how many ounces it is or whatever. I just know it's a sample size, and I thought that it would be the best to do sample sizes for this one and the next color, because they're not the base of the actual project. And I did put it under my husband's name because just in case, I need to buy more, I don't have to be I think it was this one. They already know. They already know what color and everything, so that's good. So I helped my daughter pick these two, and the stain for the roof, I helped her pick those. But this is one that she actually chose all by herself, and I was like, okay, that's actually a nice color. It is called Fine Wine S120-7. Also Bear Paint from Home Depot. Hopefully you can see that color name and everything. It's a very nice color. It's kind of like a wine. I don't know. I think it looks really nice. I also got the sample size in this, but there's a better look at the sheen and everything for the semi-gloss. Very nice. So over it again, base of the house, the trim and windows, and then these are going to be the little accents. So the little gingerbread on the top, certain pieces on the porch are going to be this color. And next is the stain for the roof, and I also got sample size of this, but I got ebony. I feel like my husband had this because when we were doing the staining for our floor, our actual house floor, I know we did a few different samples and stuff, and I remember there was one that was really deep. I cannot remember if it was called ebony or not, but this is a really dark brown color. I want it to be almost black but I didn't want it to be completely black. So these are the colors of the house that we're going to be painting it. I feel like this is going to really accent the house and bring out it's really beautiful features and stuff. And I know in the last video when I was reading the instructions, I will say this, the booklet is not the best sometimes. I don't know who wrote it and how long ago, but whoever didn't get it, checked. Because there was a lot of typos and some of the instructions were just difficult to understand. I went over this in the last video where I actually put the stairs on the opposite side of where they were supposed to be, because that's what it looked like in the picture and that's what it said to do. Stairs are supposed to be near the front right, so I was like, oh, okay, so this side, and I ended up putting it in backwards. So And it's glued, so there's no way that I can like undo it and at this point I truly do not care. My daughter doesn't care either, so at this point it's like, why would we even go through the whole, you know, situation of trying to fix it and everything? It doesn't really matter. So we're leaving it as is, but I will say there were some instructions saying that I should stain the shingles to the roof before I installed it. It also said like certain pieces I should paint before I glue them together, because they said that it would just make it like a neater like connection or fusion or whatever. But to be honest, I didn't feel like doing that because this was my first time ever making a dollhouse, and to be honest, I was like, and I have to undo it, or what if I get glue all over the place and it just looks like a hot mess? Like, I just wanted to make sure that I did everything to the best of my ability as is, you know, no painting or anything on it. I was like, whatever, I'll just use as much tape and see if I can get clean lines that way. But I'm gonna use my paint brushes. I have a good amount of like cheap paint brushes that I haven't really used a whole lot, so they're still pretty like crisp and nice and everything. Like, this one's a good one. I use this a lot actually, like, because I have it here on my desk, and it came with like a giant set, and look at how like nice it still is. And I don't take care of this. Like, I will use that thing and leave it all crusty and nasty, and then I would go and like, you know, soak it in some water, and it says that you're not supposed to soak paintbrushes in water and stuff, but I still do. And then I'll like, you know, try to get all the gunk out of it. And I've used that with like glue and just all types of stuff. Normally would ruin a paintbrush, but these are pretty good. Like, I don't even know where they're from. It's called Crafts Choice Royal and Langnickel. These are the brushes that I've had for like a million years at this point, and they're still going on strong. So I'm probably going to use those. And I'm going to start getting a move on with painting the house. I'm so excited. I hope that you're excited. And if you are, make sure you're subscribed. Oh, this is something that I definitely want to ask you. Have you ever made a house, like a dollhouse? Because if you have, I am open to tips and tricks, because the instructions were just not that great. But hey, I still did it, and I'm a first-time dollhouse maker. So I don't know. Let me know. Oh, I guess I should also update you on the price. So far, what I have spent on this whole project. All right, so for the paints, all 4 of the paints were $44.44 at Home Depot. At Walmart, I did buy some materials. The tacky glue was $2.94. The drop cloth, because it was a 3-pack, it was $4.97. The saw was $12.97. I also got the Gorilla Glue wood glue, because I was like not sure if that was going to be the right one for like the roof and stuff, because it did specifically request for a different type of glue compared to the one that I use for the like majority of the construction, because it was like, oh, make sure it's not water based, because if it's water based, like the roof might get warped. So I got this wood glue, but I didn't use it. I ended up using a different type of glue. Also Gorilla Glue. I can't remember how much it was, but I bought it forever ago on Amazon. So that's it from Walmart. From Hobby Lobby, the dollhouse was $89.99. With tax, it was $97.19. And this is something that I really do not like about Hobby Lobby. It does not say exactly what it is that you bought. It's just like, oh, crafts, kitchen, or decor. It doesn't really have like specific names for what it is that you're buying. So sometimes that can be a little iffy, in my opinion. I don't like when they do that, because it's like, if you ever need to return something, they're kind of just guessing, and they're like, how much was this? I guess it was this much. And then they'll give you whatever. And you're left thinking like, was that even the right price? But okay, I literally cannot remember what it was that I bought, because my niece went with me and she bought a few miniatures herself for like her own project. So some of her stuff is on mine, and I cannot remember what it was that I bought. two of the wood floors, and I went over this in the last video, but the wood flooring, I know that they were $7.99. The tile floor and backsplash, and I remember those were like $4 or $5 each. And then I got the wallpapers, and I think the wallpapers were also like $5 each. So I would say that's putting us maybe close to 200. I want to say that's how much I have spent so far. I guess we should go ahead and get to moving on that. But before that, I do want to do like a little because I really like this outfit, to be honest. I feel like I do this like every episode now. I'm like, look at my outfit. So this is my outfit. It's a cute little two-piece. It has cute little crop top, and then it has a little skirt. Very cute. Very nice. I don't really understand why it's like short here. Like they kind of like, it kind of like goes like, I don't know. But there has been times where I'll put it on and this near the front, you can see like my entire area. But yeah, I have to make sure that I take a good look at what I'm doing when I'm like putting this on. I can't just throw it on and be like, okay, let's go. Let me know if you like my makeup. I did something a little different. I have my eyes purple, and since I'm wearing like a navy blue outfit, I did like little like navy blue hearts. Because I have so much space under my eyes, I was like, why not? Because of my glasses, you know, like it's like the focus is kind of like here. So I was like, I want to do more like makeup down here to make it look nice. And I just did like, you know, a matte deep red color. I think it looks really nice. Yeah, I didn't really do much of anything different. I did get new foundation. It's all e.l.f. But I did do a different foundation because the ones that I had were they're kind of getting gunky and they're kind of old. So I had to get a new one. And it's the same type. It's a satin finish. Oh, it's called Soft Glam Satin Foundation. Anyway, let's get to going on the painting and stuff. I may change because I feel like this outfit is a little bit too cute to be painting in. Anyway, let's get to painting. Absolutely slow this process is. This paint on this material, I don't know what type of material this is, but oh my goodness, it is sucking it up. And I'm using such a tiny brush because the nooks and crannies and there's all this stuff in the way, so I'm not being too meticulous, especially because it's very like porous and it's like sucking this stuff in. I think the first layer, I think it doesn't have to be perfect, to be honest. I just want to make sure at least it has one layer. So far, I have done the window frames just on the outside. I still have to do the inside, but yeah, so far it's been pretty good. Oh, I also did the trim, little trim here. Don't know how I'm going to paint the little gingerbread. Like, I feel like this part of the porch should probably be white. Also, like the little column and the little railing should also be white, but the actual gingerbread here, I think I might make it the little purpley color. I'm not too sure what color to paint the floor. That's another thing. Like, it's just like, what color should that even be? Like, I feel like if I paint it white, it's going to be too much white because the door frame is going to be white, but the door is going to be the purple. It wouldn't make sense for it to be pink. So I think my only alternative is to make it purple, or should I stain it? But if I stain it, would it actually look good? That's where I am right now. I'm just trying to figure out like what I'm supposed to be doing. Also, I bought like way too much paint for this. I'm just now realizing that because I'm pretty much done with the pink. All I really need to do now is just like do touch-ups and stuff. And that's not really going to eat up any of the paint truly. But I think I should have gotten all of the paint in this size. I think that would have been ideal. And I was originally pouring it into, what is it called? Like a paint bowl thing. I don't know what it's called. I forgot. But I quickly realized that I didn't really need it. So I'm not using that anymore. I'm just opening them and then just dipping my paintbrush in there, and that's it. So this is what she's looking like so far. So far, so good. I really like it. I think it's really cute. I can't, unfortunately, unsee the comparison that my sister compared it to. She and my niece are like really into Coraline, and they compared it to the Pink Palace, and they showed me a picture of it, and I was like, yeah, I see it. I mean, me and my daughter aren't really going for that look because we're not really like Coraline fans. It does look like the Pink Palace, like from the movie. I think once the purple is there, I think that it's going to set it apart because the Pink Palace does not have any purple accents. I think it did have like a black roof. Awesome sauce. My microphone died. Surprising. Okay, so next I'm going to go ahead and just finish the white trim, and then I'm going to move into the purple accents. Like, I think the shutters are going to be purple, this is going to be purple, and I think this is going to be purple. I feel like the column should be white. Maybe I should make this purple. The fence? I don't know. I think that would be cute. And then that way I can make the floor. I need to do a test strip, I think. I need to get the stain out and I need to test it out and see if it's actually going to look good, like if it's actually going to stain the right way, because there are some like glue, like dried on glue sections. So I need to figure that out. It's going pretty well. I'm not the most precise, and that's my fault. I shouldn't have drunk coffee before I did this. So that's my fault. I'm sorry about that. So I am getting a little bit of like splatter on like the actual like window area. So yeah, I gotta scrape that out at some point. But for right now, I think it's okay. And then I'm not too worried about like the little splatters that I've done like on the edges, because I'm going to go in with the pink eventually and touch it back up to the point of my liking, because I also don't want to kill myself over the touch-ups. So yeah, just wanted to come in and let you know how everything was going. So let's get back to it, I guess. the trim is painted. I had to do 2 coats on everything, and 2 coats are dry. But my husband just got home and he was like, oh, well, you know what? It might be easier if you just paint the railing white and just leave the purple to be this and this. And the little, what are these called? Flower pot things. And he said that this would look good if it was black, just like the roof. So I did a little test area right here to see what it looks like. So this is what it's going to look like on the roof. And then this is what it's going to look like on the porch. But another thing, he also mentioned that this section here under the roof should be white. He said that that's how it normally should be. It doesn't normally extend past the shingle. So I'm just going to do that real quick. pretty much painted, at least with one layer. I still have to do the fence, the little fence post. I need to do the back side. I need to paint like the edges of everything, of like the gingerbreads. The gingerbreads are not painted on the edges just yet. And the underside of like the roof, I want to make sure that everything has like the same theme going around it, where it's all white. The base, not the porch, but the base of it, I'm going to stain it that black, just like the roof. I'm gonna stain it that color. As for the actual porch, I have been going back and forth about this because I was originally going to just stain it with the same black, but I just feel like it's not gonna look right. I don't know, something about it is like, it's irking me. So I am thinking of putting this. I have two of them, but I think that it would look nice if it looked like it was an actual wood flooring on the porch, you know, like wood planks, and not just a black slab of like something. I don't know. So I think I'm gonna try that out. I thought that I was gonna have to glue this down, but it looks like it has like a sticky film on the back. So it's kind of like a giant sticker, which is pretty cool. I'm gonna stick it down, see if I like it or not. If I don't, then I guess I'll just remove it. It's looking pretty good. I still have to do a lot of the touch-ups because obviously I got paint just, you know, I got it everywhere. I'm trying my hardest to make sure that it looks good and presentable, but I'm almost done. I'm almost done. This is probably gonna be the boringest part ever though. Just me trying to finish. But I think it's gonna be worth it. I'm excited. It looks great. I was talking to my best friend Leslie, and we were like, oh, it's kind of giving goth vibes. But it's cute. It's a cute little goth little house, and I really like it. I think it's coming out amazing. Like, it's just, I hope you like it as well. Oh my God, that took forever trying to get into the little nooks and crannies and making sure that there's not as many gaps or noticeable gaps. But it's there. I think it's gonna come out really nice. I think this is the play. This is what I was supposed to do, to be honest. So now I'm just going to glue it on using the good old this thingy. I was just going to use the stickiness that's on the back, but to be honest, it's not super sticky. So I'm just going to make sure that it's on there with this, because this is gonna be a permanent thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and start gluing. She's all painted. Finally, she's done with this step. It took forever, but I mean, it looks pretty good. I like it. I'm gonna turn her around. But before that, I actually bought this stand that it's sitting on off of Amazon, just so I could go ahead and put it where it's supposed to be. This is my daughter's room. This is where it's going to be living while she plays with it and everything. So I went ahead and purchased this just so I could get it out of the way and everything. It does bring the total of everything spent a little bit more higher, and that doesn't include the recent spending spree that I just went on to get all the little furnishings and everything. So we'll go over that next video, but so far this is how much I have spent in total now. But yeah, the painting went pretty well. I went ahead and painted the inside window side just so I could just get it out of the way. And they are a little messy, but it doesn't really matter because there's going to be a lot of wallpaper going in here. So it doesn't really matter that it's all messy and whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and turn it around so you can see the front to see how it looks completed. And you can see really nice sheen. It is sitting on a turntable, so I can do this. And there you go. There she is. She is so beautiful. All the touch-ups are done. I think that the gingerbread little porch, everything came out so nice. I really, really like it. The color combination, I think it's just perfect with like the purple and the pink and the white and like the stain ebony. It came out so awesome and amazing. My daughter is really excited for the little furnishings. We went to Hobby Lobby to buy them and I let her choose. I was like, what kind of rooms do you want in your house? And she chose everything. So we'll go over that in the next video also. And then we'll start decorating and putting everything in. And I think that that might be the end of the series pretty much. So I'll do like a little mini tour real quick. All right. So this is the front of the house. Here's the top gable roof. Here's the second story. And then the bottom, and this is what the little porch came out looking like. You can see a little close up of the wood. I think that the wood came out really nice. And the trim and like the little gingerbread, I think it just came out so nice. I went ahead and like painted like these edges because I was like, well, nothing's really gonna go here, and I just think that I just thought that maybe bringing the pink onto this side would tie it in a little bit better because all the other colors are here. So yeah, this is what the back looks like. Same thing, this is stained. You can see the gingerbread all the way around, the white windows, and then the pink little accents. So this is what she's looking like. And this is the little stand that it's sitting on. It's like a stool and it's not the same width, but it's good enough. And then I moved it far from the wall so that it can turn easily. And the Lazy Susan is doing her job. So this is pretty much how it turned out. All right, so that's the end of the video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I hope that you stay tuned for the next video, which will be the decorating and setting everything up on the inside. I really appreciate you for watching, and I do have one last thing that I want to talk about. I feel like a few videos ago, I did mention that we had a stray cat come into our life. His name was Comet. He came into our life unexpectedly. He was a little baby. We still had to give him like milk and everything. I don't know where his mom was, and we weren't like ready for a cat, but I was like, it's fine, you know, like I'll just take care of them until I can find someone that can take care of him. And that never really happened. So I ended up just taking him in, and he became an indoor-outdoor cat. And unfortunately, one of the nights that he was out, he did not come back home, and that was back in February. So we looked for him and everything, and you know, it's been months at this point. Right now, we're in September. My kids were just so distraught and like heartbroken that, you know, he's gone. And I was too, to be honest. I was like, I never really saw myself being a cat person, especially because I'm allergic. Well, at least I grew up thinking that I was. And I don't know, maybe my allergies are just gone now because he never really gave me any allergies. So we made the decision back in July to adopt. So we went to our local animal shelter, and and we found the cutest little baby angel kitten. This is our little baby angel, Galleta. She is super duper cute. Comet was a boy, and when we went to the shelter, we were like, oh, well, we don't really care. We don't have a preference on gender, and she was available, already neutered, and she just fit right in. She is so loving, so cute, so playful. Right now, she is going on to 4 months, I believe. So, yeah, I just wanted to give a little update on our little baby angel pets. So if you see a cat running around, it is Galleta. She wants to go look outside. So that's pretty much it. Once again, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Like this, like